I will say my lowest grade that I did was C. I did not go below a D. So this is also my lowest grade.
You know what, Sora? Let's just get this out the right way because we know a rant's about to come. D for the Jags here. Brian Thomas didn't need him. You got Christian Kirk. You added Gabe Davis in free agency. You doubled down with
Jones.
You had Zay Jones as well there, man. You didn't.
They let Zay Jones go for Brian Thomas. That's crazy.
And then you take Jones from Florida State. He don't know why he really did not play good this past year. You had TJ Tampa right in your opportunity, man.
Right in your opportunity.
Right in your lap. TJ Tampa's like, make me a Jaguar.
Ryan said, I've been waiting on this.
He said, I've been waiting for this.
I mean,
Persona.
I always love boosting up the trenches, but Mason Smith, there is better DTs there, in my opinion.
Yeah, 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀. They took 2 LSU defensive tackles, and not one of them was 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀.
I know. You didn't even take the best one.
Yeah, just look again. You didn't need
Dwayne Carter.
I get, dude.
He was there.
He deserved better.
Also, too,
he deserves better. Don't put that evil on him.
Pick 23, if I recall.
They traded back twice.
Every
they were at 17.
corner was there. Terrion Arnold, Nathan Wiggins, Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and many others. I know Dante doesn't like him, but still.
Not every. So, okay. First of all, remember, they traded back from 17 behind Philly, who took the first corner in Quinyon Mitchell. So you're sitting there going, all right, we got Terrion Arnold. We need somebody to pair outside of Cisco and Campbell, or not Cisco, Campbell. We've got probably the most physical corner in Terrion Arnold. And then you draft Brian Thomas Jr.
It's like, what?
Your wide receiver room was already loaded. I get it. They released Zay Jones earlier yesterday. But that is besides the point. Then
he was on the roster during
LSU
the draft.
Defensive tackles. Not one of them being 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀, who led the SEC, or sorry, was second, I believe, in the SEC in stopping the run. Florida State defensive back Jarian Jones. Their defensive backs at Florida State have been, I say their defensive backs, their safeties have not been the best, including even last year. And that stands still with Jarian Jones. Javon Foster, depth piece, or is going to be a depth piece. He is not a starter.
Jordan Jefferson.
DeAndre Prince, Keelan Robinson, there were a lot of better running backs, and your running back room was also already stacked. You literally drafted Tank Bigsby last year to back up ETN. Why did you need another running back drafted? Cam Little, I guess, I mean, he didn't miss an extra point. Good on him. And then Miles Cole, I mean.
Don't like this.
I gave them, what did I think I gave them a C-.
You gave them a.
Yeah, I was like, everything was C. But granted, I didn't do any, C was my lowest grade. A C- was my lowest grade. I didn't do anything under D.
Oh, this was a D the whole time.
Didn't they just extend ETN to? No, they picked up his 5th-year option along with Trevor Lawrence.
And that makes me sad.
Yes.
Because he should be extended.
All right.
Not Trevor.
Before Dante goes on his rant, I will be right back. Go on your rant, Dante.
Floor is all yours.
What the F will happen in this draft?
I thought you were going to drop the F-bomb.
Nah. Brian Thomas Jr. was overkill at the time. Now that they let Zay Jones go, I get it a little more, but it still doesn't. I still don't understand the rub of why we had to not only trade back to pick up somebody better. We had freaking Terrion Arnold, Cooper DeJean. Even I'm not a big fan of his, but we had Quinyon Mitchell in our grasp, and we just let them go. I don't understand how you go into this draft with so many damn wide receivers, and you just skip out on great players before you actually get to really good wide receivers in the second round. Mason Smith, don't understand that pick. He wasn't even the best DT on his team. Jordan Jefferson, we picked up 2 LSU DTs not named 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. That's absolutely crazy. I'm a Florida State fan. Jarian Jones, whatever. Him and Renardo Green got absolutely cooked last year. If it wasn't for our front 7, they would have looked worse. Javon Foster, have no idea. Keelan Robinson, who wasn't even a freaking starter at Texas. He had like 4 carries. And then we pick up Miles Cole, which I'm cool with, out of Texas Tech.
Robinson was probably like, wait, I'm getting a call today?
I don't understand how you screw up a draft this freaking bad.
This is worse than last year.
We hit on all of
Tank Bigsby was like a number 2 for ETN.
They hit on all their goals of what they needed: wide receiver, defensive line, and corner.
Yeah.
But they chose the wrong dudes with the wrong value.
If they nailed one of these, at least one, I probably would have gave it a C. But they swung and missed all 3 times with their 3 biggest needs. I just don't understand how you go in and out every draft basically and just do this.
But Jaguars fans across the planet will say this is so good when they don't see the real reason of that. We are trying to scapegoat Trevor Lawrence so much that it doesn't matter what level of talent that you have at wide receiver, even if Brian Thomas turns out to be great.
You could put Justin Jefferson there and he's still going to look bad.
I said what I said a long time ago, man. Like, until Trevor Lawrence gets the F out of here, Trent Baalke gets the F out of here, and we have another change in the front office, we're going to be a bad football team forever.
Look on the bright side. At least you got the Steelers.
I mean, I'm not switching teams. I mean, I'll joke around about that all day, but like,
oh yeah,
why can't we take a page out of the Ravens or the Steelers book? So like they draft well, the organization is good. We literally put like Mason Smith is a 5th round draft choice. Jerry Jones is 4th at most. Javon Foster, don't really know too much. Jordan Jefferson is like a 6th round pick. Keelan Robinson shouldn't even have been a draft choice.
Draft pick.
Miles Cole, you could have picked him up in the 5th or 6th. He's a good player out of Texas Tech. What the F are we doing?
Here's the thing. You guys should have done your rebuild because you just decided to. You should have done it how Detroit did it. They built up around. They built up every other position, then a quarterback. It just so happened that Jared Goff revitalized his career out there that they don't even need one. Like, that's how you should have done it. Not try to you draft the quarterback, and now when the quarterback is starting to look like a bust, you're like, oh, let's just throw best available like receiver at him to try and get him help, even though he's not going to be able to succeed with it. We're just going to try. Desperation. That's what this draft screams to me.
Desperation of what? Of losing for every year?
Desperation of trying to save Trevor Lawrence when it ain't going to work. That's what round 1 pick 15 was.
Here's the last
23.
thing I'm gonna say about the Jags draft, and then we'll move on. Is yes, while they hit their position of needs, it was the absolute wrong order. It should have been corner, defensive tackle, and then like wide receiver, or you can go vice versa: defensive tackle, corner. You could have traded back from like 17 to 23, and either gotten Jerzon Newton or Terry and Arnold, and then worried about getting like an Anthony Gold later in the rounds. Or
if they would have went,
not Cormani, Jamari Thrash.
The Jags could have had an S tier draft. If they would have went Terry and Arnold. I believe Newton was gone. Terry and Arnold, Dwayne Carter.
John Newton wasn't gone until the 2nd round.
I know. I'm talking about 48. At 48.
Oh.
Yeah. Terry and Arnold and Dwayne Carter. If you replace 1 and 2 with that, and then just throw in a receiver at 3, you would have absolutely killed it.
Yeah, but we didn't. So a D grade they get unceremoniously blocked in my brain.